transfers, some kids not playing that were going to be impacted players for us. And then the injury bug hit us. So Haley Crisp, our starting center, has only played in one game this year. And then our freshman point guard, Molly Richards, who was our leading scorer at the time, she suffered a neck injury and will be out for a few weeks and hasn't played the last 3 games for us. So with that being said, like, I really feel like in a lot of games this year, we have really competed well. North Harrison has a very good team, and we went to their place and played them in a really tough game. Trinity Lutheran, we played tough for a while. And so we've played some really tough teams. Some scores have gotten away from us, but we're shooting the ball really well. The team has great positivity, great attitudes. They still come in every day working really hard. Wins haven't come as often as we've come to expect with our program, but the kids are really working hard, and I'm really proud of them.
Well, and I know from when we talked previous to the year that you were really going to try to push tempo, but that's a little tough when you have the injury bug and maybe some players playing up when they weren't expecting to. But how has that come along as far as trying to push the tempo a little bit on offense?
We have to, because we can struggle to score sometimes. So we have to push the tempo to try to score before the other team gets their defense set. And regardless of you're only 5 deep, I still believe in that for the most part, because you want to take advantage of numbers when you can. So we're still trying to do that. We haven't been able to do that as much this year as I would like, just from maybe a personnel standpoint or just committing to it. But we are shooting the ball very well from 3. We're shooting the 3 at a very high clip. We've attempted more 3s than we have 2s on the year. That wasn't exactly what I had in mind, but I did want to be shooting a lot of 3s. But I think we need to develop some inside game as well. But when you lose a post player like Haley Crisp for potentially the whole year, we'll hope to see. We might be able to get her back late in the year, but it doesn't leave us with a lot of inside threat remaining. So we're kind of scoring in ways that we can do best, and for this team, it's shooting from the outside.
Well, and I know it's a quick turnaround with you guys having a game Tuesday and then Thursday and then late in the week as well. Your thoughts on New Albany and what you've done to scout them?
They're really athletic. They're really long. Taylor Treat, their point guard, is one of the best players in Clark and Floyd County, and Malia Rowland is playing a lot better this year. And so they have 2 go-to players. So for us, we've got to make sure that we know where those 2 are and that we're keeping the other kids off the offensive rebounds so that they don't get easy putbacks. But then our biggest skill this year has been turning the ball over. And so we have got to take care of the basketball. When we take care of the basketball, we move the ball really, really well, and we get great player and ball movement, and we can get some open looks. If we could do that without turning it over and knock down some shots, then I think we can make it a competitive game.
All right. Well, good luck tonight, Coach. Thank you.
All right. Thanks.
I'm your cat, and ever since you brought me home that day, I've been plotting to destroy you. This is a billion years of tiger DNA just ready to pounce. And if you got the wrong home insurance coverage, you could be coughing up the cash for this. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like meow.
Contact Floyd Snobbs and Jeffersonville Allstate agent Packy Page for a quote today.
Hi, this is Sheriff Jamie Knoll of the Clark County Sheriff's Office reminding you to please buckle up, wear your seatbelts, and refrain from texting while you're behind the wheel. Your safety is our priority. Enjoy the game.
Dr. Carter's office, Annette speaking. How may I help you?
From your very first call, the warm personal care from Dr. Todd Carter and his friendly staff at Carter Family Dentistry will put you at ease. Dr. Carter can take care of you and your family's dental needs, from gentle cleaning to complex procedures. Visit drtoddcarter.com to learn why generations put their trust in Dr. Carter for their dental health. Or to schedule an appointment, call Annette or Joyce at 812-944-5155. Located at 809 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany.
Dubuque County Fair is about to get its face melted! Yeah! 1 second.
I guess their faces are safe.
Shut up, Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff, shut up.
Shut up, Jeff. I don't need your help. Just like what happened in Pittsburgh. Never mention Pittsburgh!
When you need to be there, you need an Interstate, the car battery auto techs prefer.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
As COVID-19 continues in our community, we are seeing increased cases in the younger population. While severity may be lower, there are still many health issues associated with infection, risk of transmission to other vulnerable citizens, and increasing the rate of development of variant strains. This is why the CDC recommends you get vaccinated. For more information or to schedule a COVID-19 vaccine or test, visit www.clarkhealth.net. Again, that's www.clarkhealth.net.
Hi, I'm Isaiah. And I'm Grant. I'm vape-free because I've witnessed and experienced firsthand how tobacco can affect teens who want an escape from school, work, or other social activities. When it comes to curbing teenage use of tobacco and e-cigarettes, actions speak. Voice Indiana engages, educates, and empowers teens throughout the state to take action by promoting and celebrating a lifestyle free of tobacco and e-cigarettes.
Find out how you can be part of the statewide youth empowerment movement and help end teenage nicotine use by going to voiceindiana.org.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Basketball on GLICOD.
As we count down to the tip here at Providence High School girls basketball contest this evening between New Albany and Providence, it's time for Storylines. Tonight's Storylines brought to you by Community Action of Southern Indiana. Be a part of the youth empowerment movement at voiceindiana.org. And our storylines really will the Providence Pioneers' injuries and their short bench lead to second half fatigue on their part. And so that certainly could be something to look out for, Coach, just because they are definitely on a short bench.
Very, very short.
It should probably tell folks that one of a couple of those reasons. So Haley Crisp was their starting center at the beginning of the season. She played one game and suffered an injury and is out for most. They think she could possibly be back for playoff, but that is still very much, that's just one of those things. Injuries are injuries, and it'll take the time that it takes. And then Molly Richards was their second leading scorer, freshman Molly Richards, and she went down just a couple of games ago with a neck injury, and her return is very much questionable. And then can Providence attack quickly enough to get ahead of the athletic Bulldog defense? And, folks, we heard both coaches talking about wanting to actually control tempo and speed the game up. And I know Coach Burden mentioned it during his pregame interview that he definitely wants his young ladies to attack as best they can. But, Coach, we talked about it before. That can be just quite the thing, right? One team speeding the other team up, and all it takes is that little bit, and things can begin to fall apart.
Yeah, I mean, if they, like I said earlier, you got to break, you got to take it. You got to get as many easy baskets as you can, okay? But if you don't have it, then you got to pull it out and try to run some clock and make New Albany defend you. And while you're doing that, we talked about they got to take care of the ball as well. So, it wouldn't hurt to run, a second or, a minute or two off the clock every trip down as long as they get a good open shot and not turn it over.
All right, well, let's take a moment and go ahead and look at the starting lineups, and then we will step away as the clock ticks down. And the starting lineup, let's go with the home Pioneers first. And the Pioneers will go as follows. Kate Weber, 5'3" junior guard. Cousin Lily Weber, a 5'7" junior forward. Isabel Frey, a 5'8" sophomore forward, and Grace Dennis, a 5'6" sophomore, and I still need one more. I got to remember what Coach told me. Erica Volker. There we go. It's right on there. Junior, 5'7", Erica Volker. 5'7" junior guard, Erica Volker. So Weber, Volker, Weber, Fry, and Dennis for the Pioneers. For the New Albany Bulldogs, they will go as follows. Malia Rowland, a 5'7" senior point guard. Taylor Treat, a 5'6" senior guard. Journey Howard, a 5'9" junior forward. Alania Walker, a 5'7" junior forward. And Anasha Crowdis, a 5'7" senior guard. And so New Albany, Rowland, Treat, Crowdis, Howard, and Walker. Those are your starting lineups tonight, brought to you by Clark County Sheriff Jamie Knoll. Well, let's step away, and when we return, we will have the tip for you in tonight's ball game between the Providence Pioneers and the New Albany Bulldogs. Come on back for more on GLICOD.
Hi, I'm Isaiah. And I'm Grant. I'm vape-free because I've witnessed and experienced firsthand how tobacco can affect teens who want an escape from school, work, or other social activities. When it comes to curbing teenage use of tobacco and e-cigarettes, actions speak. Voice Indiana engages, educates, and empowers teens throughout the state to take action by promoting and celebrating a lifestyle free of tobacco and e-cigarettes.
Find out how you can be part of the statewide youth empowerment movement and help end teenage nicotine use by going to voiceindiana.org.
The only name you need to know for all your auto repair needs is Voyner's Auto and Truck Repair. Sure, our name might be hard to say, but we can fix everything no one else wants to fix. Big or small, we can do it all. Foreign or domestic, if it needs repair, Voyner's can handle the job. The only thing high-tech about us is what we do, and we're upfront with you and we'll do the job right. One thing we have to sell is our time, and we won't waste yours. Voyner's Auto and Truck Repair. Family owned since 1981. Call us for all of your auto repair needs.
In one fell swoop, one innocent city will be left with one burning question.
Where's Silver Guy? What? No.
When you need to be there, you need an Interstate, the car battery auto techs prefer.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
From GLICOD, it's Jim Butner Auto Southern Indiana High School Basketball. Jim Butner Auto in Clarksville, striving to keep you driving. Tonight's game is also brought to you by Interstate Batteries, outrageously dependable since 1952. By Allstate Insurance Agent Packy Page, he puts you in good hands. By the Clark County Health Department, promoting a safe and healthy community. ClarkHealth.net. By Community Action of Southern Indiana, helping people, changing lives. By Centra Credit Union, Carter Family Dentistry in New Albany, State Farm Insurance Agent Teresa Lamb, Our Place, Burns Garage, Priority Radiology, and Clark County Sheriff Jamie Knoll. Now to courtside for all the action from GLICOD on Jim Butner Auto Southern Indiana High School Basketball.
I'm your cat. And ever since you brought me home that day, I've been plotting to destroy you. This is a billion years of tiger DNA just ready to pounce. And if you got the wrong home insurance coverage, you could be coughing up the cash for this. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like meow.
Contact Floyd Snobs and Jeffersonville Allstate agent Packy Page for a quote today.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Basketball on GLICOD.
As we are about ready for the starting lineups to get announced here in the arena, And then we will have the tip between the Providence Pioneers and the New Albany Bulldogs. We'll go back over those starting lineups for you here shortly. Should tell you who's on the again on the broadcast. I'm Dr. Todd Carter, and alongside me is Jeff Cooper. It's our analyst this evening. Colby Martin running the computer here and local producing. Steve Bird, our executive producer, and Renee Sisloff running the camera for us here at Providence tonight. So let's talk about the New Albany starters again. They will go as follows. Malia Rowland, a 5'7" senior point guard. Taylor Treat, 5'6" senior guard. Nasha Crowdis, a 5'7" senior guard. Journey Howard, a 5'9" junior forward. Alania Walker, a 5'7" junior forward. For the Providence Pioneers, Kate Weber, a 5'3" junior guard. Erica Volker, a 5'7" junior guard. Lily Weber, a 5'7" junior forward. My apologies. Isabel Frey, a 5'8" sophomore forward, and Grace Dennis, a 5'6" sophomore guard.
They've got all these young ladies back next year, including the two that are injured.
Yes, absolutely. Well, and that was the thing about the Providence Ball Club last year, Jeff, was that, Coach talked all year about the fact that they were just young, but he knew that, they would all have birthdays, they'd all get some experience and be back this year. I know from talking to him preseason that, they were really trying to reteach how to play Providence basketball, just because the last couple of years they have had, not last year, but 3 years previous, they really had a big frontline presence that they don't have now, and so they have to go back to playing that more speed-up ball. Okay, we have Howard and Frey to tip it off, and the Bulldogs capitalize and bring it across the timeline there as Malia Rowland gives it off to Treats. Back to Rowland on that right side, or far side from the camera from you, reversing to Howard, and picked off, and that's Kate Weber with the runouts and the buckets.
Nice job there by Weber, anticipating that pass there in a little 1-2-2 and putting a lot of pressure on. More like a 3-2, actually.
So that's Rowland with it out on that left wing. Now out high to Walker. Back to Treat now, standing at the circle. Dumps it to Howard, and picked off again. Kate Weber, but it's poked away, out of bounds on the inline, and it is Providence ball. So turnover again by the Bulldogs.
The Bulldogs seem to be taking care of the ball here. That's
a couple empty possessions, and that was one of your keys was Providence, but so inbounds knocked away.
Nice denial there by Walker. She did it exactly the way she was supposed to. Backhanded it.
And that's Lily Weber. Gets it to Kate, their cousins. And Kate works it to the right. Guarded by Rowland. Good pressure there from Rowland. And pass was for Frey, and it was taken away. And then breaking it up were the Pioneers. Shot up and won't go by Crowdis. Second up wouldn't fall as well, but New Albany crashing the glass and gets another attempt, and then pitched right through the hands of Taylor Treat. And that's over and back.
Yeah. Another turnover here, and Coach Glebe may need to call a timeout and settle him down.
So Lily Weber will trigger. Gets it into Kate. Point guard, guarded by Treat, and that's Velker. Gives it up to Weber. Weber inside, blocked away. Journey Howard, nice block there.
Yeah, absolutely.
A little bit of that length coming through for the Bulldogs.
They're putting a lot of pressure on them, but so far Providence has handled it pretty well.
Weber to trigger. And she gets the ball into Frey. Frey takes it inside, high off the glass, won't go. That was cleaned up there by Crowdis. Now in the hands of Treat, bring it across timeline. Gets down in the lane, ends up, don't know if that was a pass or a shot, but that was an attempt taken by Crowdis. Providence pulls it down, though, as Kate Weber brings it across timeline to Volker.
Ooh, there's some easy shots down there. Should have been a left-handed shot there.
That's out high to Frey. Down that right-hand side, that's Grace Dennis. Gives it up to Kate Weber. Weber, a little shake and bake there to Lily Weber. Back out to Volker. Volker to Lily Weber on the left side. Providence being very patient.
Yes, that's what they need to do when they don't get the fast break.
Volker takes it down in the lane, kicks it out. That's Dennis for three, won't fall. Just rolls off the iron, and a rebound, Journey Howard. That's Rowland at the other end, pushes the tempo. Then a scrum underneath. Hitting the deck there was Crowdis. Ball rose out of bounds. That'll be New Albany ball underneath their own basket.
New Albany having a hard time getting the rock in the hole here.
2-0 in the early going. And ball into Howard, back to Rowland. And Rowland with the long two, buries it.
Nice shot.
Very nice shot.
The throw-in persons, it can be very dangerous. You got to watch them.
And then the pressure comes from New Albany. Lily Weber brings it across timeline and nearly knocked away, but Kate Weber comes up with it and then gets it ahead. Finds Volker. Now back to Frey in the corner underneath to Lily Weber. She passes out of it, finds Kate. Kate shot up for three, and it comes down straight into the hands of Walker. Walker, the other end, shot up and good. And that was DeMuth, who's new in the game.
Here comes your trap now.
That's Lily Weber. Tries to advance it ahead, but Journey Howard got her paw up there and knocked that out of bounds.
They almost took too much time there. They handled it right until the very end when they went back, and they should have been pushing forward.
And a Rodwig checks in the game. Volker checks to the sideline. And Kate Weber picked up her dribble, in trouble, passes out of it, finds Lily. She had a little trouble with it, but managed to pick it up. Gives it back to Kate Weber. Kate Weber poked away. That was from behind. That was DeMuth that got in there. Journey Howard, Lily Weber, and finally knocked out of bounds. They're going to say that was off of Crowdis.
Yeah, that was a scrum right there.
Sure was. It could have gone either way.
Yeah. Official Frank Lewis said it's white ball.
Lily Weber triggers to Kate. Kate Weber.
Now see, this is right here. They're doing the little shuffle cut out front.
Oh, Rodwig denied in underneath. And that was Rowland with the block.
And what they need to start doing is double teaming that. I think they can turn them over if they come behind and double team.
Simmons checks in the game. Frey takes a seat. And shot up by Simmons. Long two won't go. Rebound by Rodwig, but immediately hands come in and jump ball situation. But Providence will maintain on the alternate possession.
As we talk about look, knocking that open look down. That was a good open look there. Got to knock that down.
Lily Weber to trigger, finds Kate Weber. And then Malia Rowland just steps in the passing lane, takes that ball away, goes to the other end, and gets a shot up. It won't go. Looked like it was going to end up in the hands of the Pioneers, but Journey Howard does end up with it back out, and that's DeMuth with the long two, won't go. Rowland then on the inline, and is that stepped out of bounds or foul? Stepped out of bounds. And that was off of the Pioneers. So Rowland into Crowdis. Now DeMuth, cross court to Rowland. She thinks about the three and takes the three. Steps to her left and knocks it down. So Malia Rowland coming off a 13-point game against Jennings County. And violation. Coach Burden wanted the timeout. But
and he gets it now.
And he gets it now, but a bit too late. Well, we're going to take ours, though. A 7-2 ball game early. New Albany ahead of Pioneers here on GLICOD.
Is a credit union different or better? As a full-service credit union for the communities we serve, Centra offers competitive rates, online convenience, and a solid network of branches and ATMs. But we think we offer something more.
They looked at me as a person, not a number.
I would say it's always been a good, personable experience, whether it's over the phone or actually at a Centra location.
And we don't just listen to our members. We deliver new services, better rates, and lower fees. Visit Centra.org to learn more.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Basketball on GLICOD.
With 2:57 on the clock and the guest New Albany Bulldogs leading by 5 over the Providence Pioneers. New Albany just forcing a turnover on an inbounds play there. Coach Burden wanted a timeout. He really wanted it before the before those 5 seconds had been counted off, but it was not granted till after.
I don't think they saw him.
So Malia Rowland will trigger for the Bulldogs and directs a little traffic, ends up getting it over to Crowdis. Now around the horn, out high to DeMuth. Back to Rowland.
Now they're in a 2-3 basically. More of a matchup type.
Working top of the key. And pitches left to Walker. Back to Rowland. Rowland cross courts it to DeMuth, who launches the 3. That one was from the parking lot. Tipped into the hands of Crowdis. That shot won't go. Katie Weber ends up with it. Ahead quickly to Dennis, and it's knocked out of bounds. That's going to be Providence ball.
Yeah.
Grace Dennis just couldn't quite get a shot up there against that New Albany height.
Yeah, the height is definitely going to give him some issues inside.
Long pass into Kate Weber. Little handoff there to Simmons.
Providence has got to hit the cutters at the right time.
Rodwig launches the 3. It did not go, and the ball, I believe, is going to be back to Providence. Knocked out of the hands of Kaylee DeMuth, but off of her leg.
Yep. Providence has had some open cutters coming through here, and then they wait too long to get them the ball. They could get a layup, and then they're waiting until they get down there where the defense can catch up. Then they give them the ball.
Volker checks into the ball game. Rodwig accepted that inbounds pass, gives it up to Lily Weber. Weber back to Volker. Volker dumps it off. That's Simmons. Simmons with the 2.
Good job there. Finding the open player right on the baseline.
So Taylor Treat with the ball, back in the ball game after having a little time on the bench. Gives it over to Muth. Now back to Treat. Little cross-court passing game. Now to Walker in the corner. Cross-court back to Treat. She thought about the 3, puts it on the deck, gives it up to Walker, shoots the long 2. Nothing but net.
Good look there by Treat. New Albany needs to start looking in the middle there. Looks like Crowdis is open in there. Get it in the middle, it breaks that defense down quickly.
Trap comes,
nice
but
pass.
Out of it to Rodwig, who knocks it home.
Excellent bounce pass there. We were talking last night about the absence of the bounce pass. What's happened to it?
Well, that was a good one there.
That was a good one there, yeah.
9-6, our score.
Treat's
1 minute
open
to go here in the first quarter. Treat was open, but then couldn't quite handle the pass. Now poked away by Rodwig. That's ahead, Walker. Journey Howard in the corner and couldn't quite get it there. Might have been partially blocked and knocked out of bounds off of Walker, I believe.
Yeah.
Isabel Fry checking back in the ball game.
Well, so far Providence has done a good job of taking care of the ball and kind of controlling the tempo here. So
Kate Weber, cross timeline. And clock ticks down, picked up her dribble, and she's going to have to get rid of it. Absolutely. Gets it to Fry. Fry, free throw line. Back to Kate Weber. Kate Weber to Rodwig. Rodwig brings it around, takes it in the lane, and tries to pitch it over to Volker. And it was knocked out of bounds. Didn't see which of the black jerseys did that, but
Tell you what, Fry needs to be careful. On that last screen, she moved her arms out just a little bit. Need to keep doing that. They will call it. Got to stay still.
Lily Weber will trigger on this near sideline to Kate. Kate Weber out high. Begins to work it, 13 seconds. Splits the defense, gives it up to Lily Weber, shoots the three. Rattled around, wouldn't go. Journey Howard comes down with it. Crosses timeline, launches the three offline. Almost went in on the carom, but that will do it for one. Our score, New Albany Bulldogs 9, Providence Pioneers 6. Come on back, second quarter action here on GLICOD.
COVID-19 continues in our community. We are seeing increased cases in the younger population. While severity may be lower, there are still many health issues associated with infection, risk of transmission to other vulnerable citizens, and increasing the rate of development of variant strains. This is why the CDC recommends you get vaccinated. For more information or to schedule a COVID-19 vaccine or test, visit www.clarkhealth.net. Again, that's www.clarkhealth.net.
Let's be honest. You don't see Grandma nearly enough. Which means the dead car battery you've spent the morning dealing with has robbed her of precious grandkid time. It's unfortunate, sure, but it's not like she's going to write you out of her will or anything. Right? When you need to be there, you need an Interstate. The car battery auto techs prefer.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Basketball on GLICOD.
We'd like to thank Jim Butner Auto in Clarksville for their sponsorship of our broadcast this season. For the widest selection of pre-owned cars, visit locally owned Jim Butner Auto, where they're striving to keep you driving. And Kate Weber, again, with the quick hands, took the ball away from New Albany, but then Malia Rowland stepped in the passing lane, takes it away quickly up to Journey Howard, and a good run out there from Journey Howard, her first 2 points on the night.
Did a good job beating the defense.
So Providence took the ball away, denied a possession, and then couldn't capitalize, and New Albany with the run out. 11-6, back to a 5-point lead for the Bulldogs. And then Rowland just pokes it away from Fry, takes it to the other end, up and good from the left side of the dish.
Yeah, it was just a pick in the pocket there. Got it out in front of her, and Rowland knew what to do with it.
Out to a 7-point lead for the Bulldogs. That's their biggest of the ball game.
Providence needs a bucket here.
It's in the hands of Fry. Fry gives it up to Volker. Volker with the three. Can't get the carom to go. Journey Howard comes down with the rebound. Ahead to Treat. Treat on that right side. And fadeaway won't go. Journey Howard cleans it up, though. Gives it to Rowland. Rowland with the baseliner. It won't go. Lily Weber picks off the rebound this time.
Treat still hasn't scored yet. She's usually one of their top scorers.
Coming off a 16-point game versus Jennings County, so you're right.
I've been watching this young lady for 3 years. She can play. But Rowland looks she looks like she's really improved.
So Volker just had it taken away by Rowland ahead to Treat, and there's Treat's first bucket. And a timeout on the floor. We will take a timeout as well. The New Albany Bulldogs lead the Providence Pioneers 15-6. Come on back with 6:11 to go in the second period on GLICOD.
Opioid overdoses in Clark County are at record highs. That's why the Clark County Health Department is now training volunteers to administer to victims of opioid abuse the drug Narcan, which may reverse its effects. To find out when and where CPR and Narcan training will be available, visit clarkhealth.net. You can help control the opioid epidemic. A message from the Clark County Health Department.
15-6 our score with 6:11 left here in the second period. Want to remind everybody that at the end of the game, we will choose tonight's most outstanding players, one from each team. Brought to you by Skyline Chili on Grant Line Road near I-265. If it's game time, it's Skyline time, so make sure and stay tuned for that. And as the teams return, Jeff, you were just talking there during the break a little bit about just the fact that Providence, if one of their young ladies sort of turns around with the ball out in front of her, it's just too easy pickings there for Malia Rowland. Just take that ball away and go to the other end.
Yeah, I mean, you can't just dribble right there. I mean, she's not even really having to reach too far to get it, so got to do a much better job.
So Providence back on the attack, and Dennis, but knocked out of bounds by the visiting Bulldogs.
You can tell the way they look for the open player that they're very well coached.
Lily Weber gets it into Kate Weber, back to Lily, thought about the three. Gives it over to Dennis, and Rodewig with it. Now back to Simmons. Simmons drives the lane, goes down hard, but fouled.
Going to get her first 2 free throws of the game.
So Rowland with her first foul.
I think that was a foul, but I think Simmons sold that a little bit there.
Simmons eyes the first and knocks it home.
We had a player that used to she'd drive the ball in the lane and just throw it up there and fall down, and sometimes the shots were so off the officials would call a foul. There's no way she can miss it that bad.
Kate Simmons with both made free throws and gives her 4 points on the night. A little pressure there from Providence, and Lily Weber stepped in the passing lane, knocked it away, but unfortunately couldn't find Simmons. It found the inline instead.
Yeah, that was good hustle there by Lily Weber. That was actually a really good bounce pass. Weber made a great play on it.
Rowland to Trigger, gets it into Walker. Walker puts it on the deck, works it to the right side, and finds in the center there Crowdis, but she couldn't make anything happen with it. And a ball out the inline and back to New Albany.
Still, though, I mean, that she was wide open there in the middle. She just didn't get the shot down. But that's where you break that zone down, is right in the middle.
That's into Journey Howard. Drawn up play and the harm. So Journey Howard, you could tell that was something they worked on against that zone.
Yep.
Or any zone, and well executed. So
take advantage of the size down there.
Absolutely. Right into Journey Howard. She went directly up with it for her 4th point of the night and eyed the free throw. It wouldn't go. Oh, and then ball taken away by Walker. Kate Weber then steps in between the passing lane. She's trapped, gets out of it, and ahead to Rodewig.
Slow it up. There you go.
And the New Albany defense resets. Oh, nearly taken away, is taken away. Pass was intended for Dennis. Walker ends up with it. Ahead to Howard, into traffic, and can't see who that is from Providence. Hit the deck hard. That was Simmons. And there's a push, and that's going to go against the New Albany Bulldogs.
I think it was in Howard.
It was Howard.
Yep.
Her first. Her first, team second, I should say.
Providence needs a bucket here. They get a bucket here. They're staying close,
So Kate Weber to Rodewig. Rodewig works it, and that's to Volker. Volker has to take it inside, gets it to Simmons on the right wing, and Simmons just loses the handle trying to work it against Walker.
A little bit too much there, trying to do too much. Okay, what are they? They're in a 2-3 now.
So with a 17-8 lead, Taylor Treat brings it across timeline, gives it to Journey Howard. Now back to Treat straight away. Now Rowland. Oh, trying to find Journey Howard in that low post and just airmailed that one a bit.
I mean, at that time, Todd, the middle was so wide open you could have driven a truck through there. And they had 3 players on the baseline.
So Kate Weber will bring the ball up for the Pioneers. And again, as Jeff has been saying, the Pioneers need a bucket.
Yep.
As that's Rodewig. Gives it up to Dennis. Dennis back to Simmons. And into the hands of Volker. Back to Simmons out at that near 3-point line. And around the horn, Rodeweg poked away there. That was Crowdis just knocking it away from Dennis.
Again, great job of denial there. She used the left hand like she was supposed to. She could get control of it.
Volker inbounds to Kate Weber, and Kate Weber working between circles. Gives it back to Volker. Volker in the middle to Simmons. Simmons working against Walker, high off the glass. Height just intimidated her there just a little bit.
Yep.
And then poked away. I think that's going to be out of bounds off Providence. No.
Oh, no.
Off of New Albany. I'm sorry.
Yeah, she just threw it to the fans over there.
I apologize. I thought it was kind of poked away from behind. That was my missing the action there. Kate Weber gets it across timeline, gives it back to Volker. Volker works it right. And then
kick,
trying to find Fry.
I think the fatigue's already setting in because when earlier in the game they were making those cuts off the shuffle cut and they were open. They were going hard, and now they're not. They're just kind of running through there. You're not going to get open doing that.
Rodewig with it. Gives it to Volker at left corner. Working out of it, free throw line. She finds Dennis. Dennis, Volker into the hands of Rodewig. Looks to take it inside. Terry Latreat nearly takes it away, and then the bump.
Yeah. Is that 2 on her?
Yeah, no.
No, it's the first. Okay.
Her first. Her first, team third.
Can't fault the effort, though.
Lily Weber checks into the ball game. To the sideline goes Grace Dennis. Into Kate Weber. Kate Weber works it down the left side of the lane and picks it up, gives it to Rodewig.
Oh, you missed her there.
Rodewig to Kate Weber. To Lily Weber, right side. Puts it on the deck, gives it up. That's back in the hands of Rodewig. Rodewig curls. Kate Weber curls. Oh, finds Lily Weber. She missed from point blank. Got her own rebound and then couldn't collect it all the way up and together.
Golly, she was wide open on that. That'd have been a big one there for him.
Under 2.5 minutes to go before halftime. 17-8 our score here.
Back in the 1-2-2 here. Oh.
And Kate Weber steps in the passing lane again. Now gives it up to Lily. Lily has to give it back to Kate.
Kate Weber's quick.
Back to Lily. Lily Weber. Little spin move into traffic. Has to get out of it. Dumps it out to Fry. Fry back to Kate Weber. Kate Weber over to Rodewig. Little handoff. Boy, that New Albany defense finally pokes it away. Elania Walker on the run out. Up and good. So Walker with the good D on one end and gets to run it out and make it 19-8.
That's the trap I was talking about. They finally did it. When you're turning, you're constantly having your back, that's when you got a trap.
Weber gets it over to Fry. Fry, high off the glass, just can't get it to go. Rolling.
It's a good
collects
move,
up the rebound. Goes to the other end. Oh, gets the sweet shooter's roll there.
Definitely.
9 for Malia Rowland.
I think that ball hit the underside of the rim and rolled
Climbed over, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. Good. I'm really impressed with New Albany's defense. I know Providence is having a hard time, but you watch the way they play defense. I mean, they're very well skilled on defense.
Ball into the hands of Fry. Kicks out of it. Lily Weber ends up with it. Oh, there's that defense again. Treat steps in the passing lane. She's got to run out and lays it in.
Wow, they haven't scored in a long time here. They really need something before halftime.
So Kate Weber gives it up to Rodewig. Hand off to Volker. Finds Lily Weber.
That's it. They'll turn, face the bucket. There you go.
And gets it to Kate Weber for 3.
Boom.
Bangs it home.
First 3 for Providence. They needed that.
Kate Weber knocks that one down, 23-11, but then at the other end.
What a pass.
A great pass finds Crowdis She lays it in for her first two at the buzzer. Lily Weber's shot will not go, and that does it at the end of two. Halftime score will be the New Albany Bulldogs 25, the Providence Pioneers 11. We'll get some stats together for you. Stay tuned for the halftime show here on GLICOD.
Dubuque County Fair is about to get its face melted! Yeah!
1 second. I guess their faces are safe.
Shut up, Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff, shut up.
Shut up, Jeff. I don't need your help.
Just like what happened in Pittsburgh.
Never mention Pittsburgh!
When you need to be there, you need an Interstate, the car battery auto techs prefer.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
Dr. Carter's office, Annette speaking. How may I help you?
From your very first call, the warm personal care from Dr. Todd Carter and his friendly staff at Carter Family Dentistry will put you at ease. Dr. Carter can take care of you and your family's dental needs, from gentle cleaning to complex procedures. Visit drtoddcarter.com to learn why generations put their trust in Dr. Carter for their dental health. Or to schedule an appointment, call Annette or Joyce at 812-944-5155. Located at 809 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany.
You're busy, always on the go, and when your car needs repaired, you need it done right. At Call's Body Shop, you can make an estimate appointment to better serve you. Just call 812-949-5245 and schedule a time that fits your schedule. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and are family owned and operated. They've been serving Southern Indiana since 1954 at 2801 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany. It's your car, and you have a choice on your repair. Call's Body Shop. Can they fix it? Yes, they can.
What makes a credit union different or better? As a full-service credit union for the communities we serve, Centra offers competitive rates, online convenience, and a solid network of branches and ATMs. But we think we offer something more.
They looked at me as a person, not a number.
I would say it's always been a good personable experience, whether it's over the phone or actually at a Centra location.
And we don't just listen to our members. We deliver new services, better rates, and lower fees. Visit Centra.org to learn more.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Centra Credit Union, centered around you. Find out about online banking and other services by visiting Centra.org.
As we are back here at Providence High School, 25-11 our score at halftime. Let's go over scoring for both teams. And for the New Albany Bulldogs, they were led by Malia Rowland with 9 points. Then Taylor Treat, Journey Howard, and Alania Walker all had 4 points. 2 apiece for Kaylee DeMuth and Anasha Crowdis. For the Providence Pioneers, the Pioneers led by Kate Weber. Weber had 5. Kate Simmons had 4. And Anna Rodwig had 2. It should be noted that Lily Weber, who leads the Pioneers at a little over 6 points a game, was scoreless in that first half. And we will take just a moment here and going to take a break. When we come back, we'll have the stats from the first half. And we want to thank tonight's halftime numbers brought to you by Centra Credit Union. They're centered around you. Let's step away. When we return, we will have Jeff Cooper with the halftime numbers.
Is a credit union different or better? As a full-service credit union for the communities we serve, Centra offers competitive rates, online convenience, and a solid network of branches and ATMs. But we think we offer something more.
They looked at me as a person, not a number.
I would say it's always been a good personable experience, whether it's over the phone or actually at a Centra location.
And we don't just listen to our members. We deliver new services, better rates, and lower fees. Visit Centra.org to learn more.
The only name you need to know for all your auto repair needs is Voyner's Auto and Truck Repair. Sure, our name might be hard to say, but we can fix everything no one else wants to fix. Big or small, we can do it all. Foreign or domestic, if it needs repair, Voyner's can handle the job. The only thing high-tech about us is what we do, and we're upfront with you and we'll do the job right. One thing we have to sell is our time, and we won't waste yours. Voyner's Auto and Truck Repair. Family owned since 1981. Call us for all of your auto repair needs.
Opioid overdoses in Clark County are at record highs. That's why the Clark County Health Department is now training volunteers to administer to victims of opioid abuse the drug Narcan, which may reverse its effects. To find out when and where CPR and Narcan training will be available, visit clarkhealth.net. You can help control the opioid epidemic. A message from the Clark County Health Department.
A proud supporter of the Providence Pioneers and Southern Indiana High School athletics, Mack Construction is a second-generation company that provides quality workmanship in heavy civil construction, asphalt, and streetscape while maintaining focus on worksite safety and productivity. Put Mack Construction's nearly 40 years of award-winning service to work for your project. For more information, visit mackconstruction.com. Mack Construction. Experience. Reputation. Solutions.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Basketball on GLICOD.
Time for some halftime numbers brought to you by Centra Credit Union. I'll turn it over to Jeff Cooper to walk you through those numbers and also bring your attention to the ticker as well.
New Albany shot the ball really well the first half, 12 out of 26, 11 out of 22 from two-point range. They only took one free throw, missed it. They were 13 rebounds, and they held a big advantage over the Providence on rebounding. Providence had 4. 9 turnovers for New Albany, and Providence had 10, so that was a little bit closer than I had anticipated. Providence was 4 out of 15 from the floor, 3 out of 10, 1 out of 5 from 3. We talked earlier about them needing to make shots, and they didn't make shots the first half. They had some good open looks. They were 2 of 2 from the foul line, 4 rebounds and 10 turnovers for Providence.
All right, those are your halftime numbers brought to you by Centra Credit Union, where they are centered around you. We also want to thank Jim Butner Auto in Clarksville for their sponsorship of our broadcast this season. For the widest selection of pre-owned cars, visit locally owned Jim Butner Auto, where they are striving to keep you driving. Well, let's jump away, and then we will be back in just a brief couple of moments with the third quarter action for you here on GLICOD.
A proud supporter of the Providence Pioneers and Southern Indiana High School athletics, Mack Construction is a second-generation company that provides quality workmanship in heavy civil construction, asphalt, and streetscape while maintaining focus on worksite safety and productivity. Put Mack Construction's nearly 40 years of award-winning service to work for your project. For more information, visit mackconstruction.com. Mack Construction. Experience. Reputation. Solutions.
This second shift. This old pair of pants. This staycation. This brown bag lunch. At American Family Insurance, we understand what it takes to make your new kitchen, that new car, or your new house a reality. It's the same as it takes to protect it. To protect your new life, your future, your dreams.
Yes, I'm a dreamer.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Basketball on GLICOD.
As we come up to the end of halftime, where the New Albany Bulldogs lead the home Pioneers 25-11, it's time to get inside the coaches' heads here, and I'm going to ask Jeff Cooper what you're saying if you're Coach Burden, what you're saying if you're Coach Glebe.
If you're Coach Burden, you're saying, ladies, we got to take better care of the basketball. We got to knock open shots down, and we need to cut harder on our offense so we can get open. And when that player flashes open, bounce on the ball and get them a layup. for New Albany. She's Shelby Glebe should just, keep the pressure on, keep doing what they're doing. They need to take much better care of the basketball. They've made 10 turnovers, 9 turnovers, so it's way too many. But take better care of the basketball, come out these first 3 minutes, and let's get a 20-point lead, and let's get our younger kids some experience.
There you go. Well, should remind you that tomorrow night we will be back here at Providence High School for the Floyd Central Highlanders visiting the Providence Pioneers in boys varsity basketball action. I will be back with Jeff Cooper on the call of that one. And then on Saturday night, be at Christian Academy of Indiana for Charlestown versus Christian Academy. And I'll be there with Paul Love on the call of that one.
Good old Paul.
Yeah, absolutely. Coach Love. And then on December 30th, we will have Lanesville at Floyd Central. So we're back underway here in the second half. And that's Kate Weber with the ball on the Providence circle.
Interesting.
And Weber, Dennis, and Volker, Lily Weber, number 11, and Isabel Fry. So the starting lineup, starting 5 back for the Pioneers. Trying to get it into Lily Weber there. She gets it back out to Kate.
They back the pressure way off here.
And should say, too, it's Roland, Treat, Crowdis, Howard, and Walker for New Albany. And also their starting 5 as well. Lily Weber back to Kate. Little hiccup there with the defense, but Providence couldn't capitalize. That was Volker. To the Lily Weber. She'll shoot the 3 around and down. Lily.
I'm sorry.
No, Lily Weber with her first bucket of the ball game. Go ahead.
Really good penetration there and finding the open shooter.
And Malia Rowland on the other end says, okay, I can do that too, and buries the 3.
Okay, Coach Burden's got to be saying that is way too easy, girls. You've got to get out there and defend that.
So Kate Weber pitches over to Volker, and then Howard stepping in the passing lane, knocked it away from Lily Weber. It'll be out of bounds for the Pioneers in the corner.
Just got to step in and meet that pass.
Got to get some, move a few of the cheerleaders out of the way there for Providence. So Lily Weber's got some room to work. Gets it into Kate. Kate Weber. Back to Lily. Gives it up to Volker. Volker shoots the 3. Hard off the iron, tracked down by Walker. Now Rowland. Crosses timeline. She thought about the 3, gives it up to Treat instead. Treat directs a little traffic, gets it to Rowland. Rowland from the baseline, can't get it to fall. Howard cleans it up. Fouled on the putback.
Got a box out down there. Boy, Rowland looked so smooth on that, didn't she?
Absolutely. Yeah.
She just took an easy
100%.
dribble. I mean, it was like she wasn't going fast, but she was moving fast enough and went right up and just missed a shot. It was just smooth.
Journey Howard knocks home her first free throw of tonight's contest.
And that is New Albany's first free throw. Made.
Second. Knocked home as well.
Nice looking free throws.
6 points for Journey Howard. Kate Weber brings it across timeline. 30-14 as New Albany extends that lead a bit. And Weber works it left to right. That's Howard out on her.
That's a mismatch.
Absolutely.
It's hard to go around.
Gives it to Volker. And through the hands of Dennis, but she tracked it down to Kate Weber. Kate Weber takes it inside, gives it up to Lily, splits the defense, takes a shot, can't get it to go. Rowland picks it up, brings it to the other end, works against Kate Weber, crosses over, floater won't go. Weber comes down with the rebound. Again, Rowland very smooth up and just couldn't get it to fall.
Not forcing it, just not getting them down, but if you're Coach Glebe, you got to like the look.
Volker Gives it up to Lily Weber. She shoots the three long, and Crowdis comes down with the board. Treats working in front of the New Albany bench. Now takes it back outside. Standing at the circle. Goes right to Crowdis. Crowdis looks inside. Decides to put it on the deck.
Good
Gives
job.
it up to Walker. Walker couldn't get it to fall, but Journey Howard cleans it up.
Boy, that was a really good job there. Walker should have put that in.
32-14 as the Pioneers had a made three, but then have missed a couple, and the lead is being extended by the Bulldogs. Lily Weber gets it to Dennis. Dennis shoots the three up and over the backboard. Got Simmons and Rodewig checking in the ball game for the Pioneers, and Joy Robinson Sr. checks in for the Bulldogs.
Her first visit tonight.
Checked in for Journey Howard. Crowdis with it now. Gives it up to Roland. Down in the corner to Treat. Around the horn. Roland back with it. Gets it to Crowdis at the elbow. Shoots the jumper. It won't fall. Simmons comes down with it. And then to Kate Weber. Weber crosses timeline. Now to Dennis. Back to Rodewig. Rodewig out high. Goes left to Fry. Fry in the corner. To Simmons. Simmons had it sort of poked away, but Fry cleaned it up, or Dennis, excuse me.
Simmons will at least look to go to the bucket. She's not finishing, but.
Oh, halfway down and pop back out for Fry, and then a tie-up underneath. That was Rodewig and a couple of Bulldogs there. Going to be out of bounds on the inline for the Pioneers.
Corley and DeMuth in for New Albany. They're getting some new players into the game here, so that's what.
Corley's first action of the evening. DeMuth had a couple of points in the first half. Rodewig with it. Passes out of it. Kate Weber shoots the three. Halfway down and pops back out. Crowdis ends up with a poke coming to her. Advances it and then gives it up to Roland, who smoothly shoots the J. Won't fall. Simmons ends up with it and tied up. And let's see. Foul. It's going to be against Corley.
Yeah. Again, though, that's a good look. I mean, she stepped, you're breaking and she steps into a three. It's hard to beat that shot, but you take that.
Well, and it was open and just couldn't quite connect.
Yeah, you can't complain about that shot. That's the best time to shoot a three when you step into one on transition.
Kay Weber with it. Just 3 points scored thus far in the third quarter for the Pioneers. Rodewig. And back to Dennis. Then to Volker. Volker. Here comes the pressure by Corley. And trying to pass out of it, Roland knocked it away.
Roland bailed her out there. He's about to get a 5 count.
Erica Volker to trigger. Along the sideline here. Lily Weber checks back in the game. Grace Dennis to the sideline. Kate Weber accepts the inbounds pass. Now back to Rodewig.
Well, they're definitely looking to shoot the three-pointer this quarter. 6 attempts as opposed to one 2-point attempt.
Nearly thrown away, but Lily Weber anticipates well and gets it back to Simmons. Simmons trying to work it into the middle and then pitch out of it. It was knocked out of bounds off of the Bulldogs.
Right idea there. Well, Albany's just solid defensively. My goodness. I don't see how they give some of these points. They're giving up more points a game than you would think.
Oh, inbounds pass just picked off by Corley. Ahead to Roland. Roland has her pocket picked and knocked out of bounds, but it was off of Kate Weber.
Good hustle there by Weber. Saved a saved a bucket there. And New Albany's given up 52, almost 53 points a game. And they look. They look like they would be much better defensively than their numbers are.
Walker to trigger. Gets it into Crowdis. Crowdis just couldn't get the shot to go. Knocked out of bounds. Oh, they're going to say it was off of the Bulldogs. So Providence will get to go to the length of the floor. As Lily Weber will trigger.
Those corners flown by.
Gets it to Cates. Yeah, and I don't believe have we had a break to
I think so.
Get to take a nice sponsor break. I don't believe so.
I don't think we have.
As Kate Weber out high. Pitch and catch with Lily now into the hands of Rodewig. Rodewig gives it to Lily Weber. Shoots the three. Hard off the back iron. Crowdis comes down with it. Looks to push up against Lily Weber. And Weber just made Crowdis change her shot enough. She couldn't get it to go down. Out of bounds, though, off of the Pioneers.
Yeah, good hustle there by Weber getting back.
Walker to trigger. And quickly inbounds into the hands of DeMuth. Shoots the three, hard off the iron. And Dennis ends up with it to Lily Weber, to cousin Kate. So Kate Weber crosses the timeline. Throws it over to Rodewig. Rodewig takes the three. Hard off the iron. Kate Simmons, though, tips it back to herself. Gets fouled, trying to get it back up. And she will go to the line.
Well, she makes stuff happen when she's in there, no doubt.
So the junior forward will eye the first of the free tosses. Hard off the back iron. Couldn't get it to fall.
It's like she's got a good nose for the ball. I mean, she's always right around it.
Lily Weber checks to the sideline, and Erica Volker checks back in. Simmons eyes the second of the free tosses. That one was good.
Yep.
She's had 3 made free throws this evening.
Providence putting a little pressure on here.
Here comes the pressure. Walker with it. Ahead. It's DeMuth and Walker, and will pitch and catch. DeMuth shoots the three. Long off the back iron to Kate Weber.
It's a good time to press. You've got your 2 seniors guards out. So
Rodewig to Volker. Inside to Simmons. Simmons. Oh, trying to find Katie Weber there in the corner. And that might have been better off just to spin back the other way and try to lay it up and in. 3.1 seconds here.
That was a hard pass to make in any situation.
So the pressure comes here. Pitch into DeMuth. See if she can get the three up. She's got the runner, and it's off the back iron and no good. That finishes the third quarter of action, and our score, the New Albany Bulldogs 32 and the Pioneers 15. Come on back. Fourth quarter coming up for you here on GLICOD.
Hi, I'm Isaiah.
And I'm Grant. I'm vape-free because I've witnessed and experienced firsthand how tobacco can affect teens who want to escape from school, work, or other social activities. When it comes to curbing teenage use of tobacco and e-cigarettes, actions speak. Voice Indiana engages, educates, and empowers teens throughout the state to take action by promoting and celebrating a lifestyle free of tobacco and e-cigarettes.
Find out how you can be part of the statewide youth empowerment movement and help end teenage nicotine use by going to voiceindiana.org.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Basketball on GLICOD.
New Albany will inbounds the ball for the fourth quarter. First possession of the first quarter, I should say. Treat back in there to Crowdis. And to Walker, shoots from the elbow, can't get it to go. And Dennis, but Crowdis in there. Good hustle, and then a foul. And is that going to go against Walker? I believe it is.
Really? Huh.
It is against Walker.
Albany going to try a little 2-2-1 press here. And Providence beats it pretty easily.
To Dennis. Dennis shoots the three. Rowland fouls. And a three-point bucket plus the harm.
Yeah.
So that was Dennis with her first made bucket of the night. And chance for a 4-point play.
That was a very nice shot in transition there.
Malia Rowland with her second foul, but no extra points made, and just a 3-point play, but a nice bucket there by Dennis.
Yeah.
In transition. Rowland with it, gives it up to Treats. Treats, back to Rowland. Works the curl, gives it up to Walker in traffic, and she's fouled. I believe that's going to go against Fry.
Yep.
Isabel Fry with her second. Fairly clean game foul-wise, Jeff.
Yeah. There's only been 2 turnovers here the second half as well, so both teams taking care of the ball a lot better.
Lania Walker with the first made free throw there. Her first free toss of the night.
Well, New Albany tried to press last time and got burned. Let's see if they stay with it.
That's Shorts, and no chance to set it up as Lily Weber cleans it up, gets it ahead to Cates. Kate Weber gets it over on the left to Dennis. Now that's Fry, back to Kate Weber. Weber to Volker. And that would be Fry. Can't get it to go. Circle around and pop back out. Rowland with it. Brings it down left side. Holds it up. Then gets it inside to Robinson. Now around the horn. Back to Rowland. She'll shoot the three. Hard off the iron. Crowdis tracks it down.
Great ball movement there.
Now to Treats. Back to Walker. Cross court to Rowland. Down in underneath to Crowdis. Crowdis in a crowd. Takes the shot. It won't go. Out of bounds.
New Albany's only made 2 baskets this half.
Kate Weber gives it to Volker. Now to Dennis. Back to Kate Weber on that left wing. Fry passes out of it, gives it up to Volker. Long on the three. Treat ends up with it. She just waits for things to clear out and then brings it across timeline. Right side to Walker.
Put someone in the middle there. There you go.
That's Robinson in there. Now Treat in the corner. Passes back out of it to Rowland. Defense comes, so gives it up to Walker. Reversing to Treat. And she was falling out of bounds. Volker to Dennis, and then Rowland picks it off and pokes it away into the hands of Walker. Rowland to Treat. Treat shoots the three. It won't go. Walker ends up with it, though. Now to Crowdis. Takes it in the lane, lost the handle on it, gets it out to Treat. That was blocked. As Kate Weber got a paw on that. So good defense there by Providence. And then the shot up. That was Dennis. Couldn't get it to fall. Long rebound off to New Albany. 5 minutes to go here, fourth quarter.
Every shot but one the second half for Providence has been behind the stripe.
Treat in the corner. Gets it to Rowland. Back to Treat. Rowland looks it. Gets it to Robinson. Back to Rowland. Rowland just inside the three-point line. Back to Treat. Now to Rowland for three from the corner. Short. Robinson cleans it up and gets the bucket. So Joy Robinson, her first points on the night. Seen a bit of second half action here. Makes it 35-18.
She's played nice. No issues.
Volker with it, out high. Gives it up on the right to Fry. Fry on the deck, takes it in the lane, gets it to Kate Weber, now to Dennis. And that's Fry, shoots the three, hard off the iron. And a treat across his timeline, and we have a timeout on the floor, so we need to take a timeout, and we will do so. 3:57 left, fourth quarter, 35-18 the score. New Albany on top here on GLICOD.
Nobody wants to be told that they have cancer. When you find out that you have cancer, you want to make sure and try to get it treated as quickly as possible. That's what Priority Radiology did for me. The time they saved me from fretting about it is something I can't repay. They got me my results within 3 hours. It's unheard of to get that kind of results that quick. I can't hardly tell you how important that was for my mental state. It really helped me get through that day.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Basketball on GLICOD.
As the Pioneers trail the Bulldogs 35-18, just under 4 minutes left in this ball game, and both teams really having trouble finding the bottom of the bucket here in this second half. And Jeff, you were talking about Providence's three-point shooting.
Yeah, they've attempted 14 shots the second half. 13 of them have been behind the line. They've made 2.
Tough to come back with those kind of averages.
It's hard to come back.
And that's DeMuth with the three. It won't go. And kept alive, and Walker ends up with it, tracking it down, gets it to Corley.
Good pass.
And then inside to Robinson. She couldn't get the point-blank shot to go, and there's a foul underneath. Is that going to be against Crowdis or Corley? Could be either one. 12, that would be Crowdis. I saw the 1 and the 2. I just couldn't tell which order it was in.
Yep.
So that's Crowdis' first. 5 fouls committed by New Albany. The 3 launched by Lily Weber, and she knocks it home. 35-21. As Crowdis to DeMuth. Now Crowley. Robinson back to Crowdis at the elbow. Back to DeMuth. DeMuth shoots the 3 off the iron, falls, and Walker in there in a scrum with Simmons for it.
Did they call the foul, or did they call the foul? Okay.
And that will go against Simmons.
She's around the ball, though.
That's Simmons first. Weber checks to the sideline, as does Dennis. Fry and Rodwig, check back in the game for the Pioneers. Inbounds. Robinson taken away by Simmons. And as you said, Jeff, Simmons kind of has a nose for the ball.
She does. Robinson took her eyes off that one just a little bit.
That's Rodwig with it. Now on the right to Fry. Down to Rodwig in the corner. Dribbles out of it. Back to the top of the key. Picks up her dribble, though. Gets it to Fry. And she dribbled into trouble there.
Yeah.
Passing out of it. Gets it to Rodwig. She airmailed it right to Crowley. Excuse me, DeMuth. My apologies. As DeMuth has it now.
Turn her face to the basket. There
Walker, and that's Crowley. Had it poked away. Sophia Corley. I believe I've said Crawley. I apologize. It's Corley. Sophia Corley, the freshman. My apologies to the young lady there. And into Crowdis. Misses point blank. She and Simmons again, but Simmons gets the better of it that time, rips it away. That's ahead. Rodwig.
One more pass. There you go.
To Kate Weber, and she couldn't find the iron, and Crowdis cleans up the rebound. And that's Robinson, and she banks it home from the elbow. Joy Robinson, the senior, knocks it in. 37-21. Under 2 to go here, fourth period. As Fry.
Good cut there.
To get it inside. Yeah, Rodewig.
She was open, just
didn't find her. Back out. Gets it to
job.
Simmons, and she shoots the baseliner. It won't fall. Walker comes down with it.
Does good offense, though. I mean, you can't complain about that.
And another timeout on the floor with 1:27 to go in the fourth period. I believe we owe one more break, so we'll have Colby run that for us. When we come back, last couple of minutes of ball here on GLICOD.
COVID-19 continues in our community. We are seeing increased cases in the younger population. While severity may be lower, there are still many health issues associated with infection, risk of transmission to other vulnerable citizens, and increasing the rate of development of variant strains. This is why the CDC recommends you get vaccinated. For more information or to schedule a COVID-19 vaccine or test, visit www.clarkhealth.net. Again, that's www.clarkhealth.net.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Basketball on GLICOD.
As play back underway, New Albany with an empty possession there after the timeout, and shot up from the top of the key by Volker, and cleaning it up there was new player in the ball game for New Albany. We've got a couple of players here who I believe are off the JV roster. We don't have names for those numbers. DeMuth with the three, bangs it home. So Kaylee DeMuth with her second bucket of the ball game. 40-21. About 20 seconds to go. Dennis gives it up. That's Rodewig with the runner. Just can't get it to fall. Corley comes down with the rebound. Crosses timeline, and with 10 seconds left, I believe New Albany will be happy to just dribble it out. As we come to the end of our ball game, our score here at New Albany High School, Bulldogs 40, the Pioneers 21. Come on back for the postgame show here on GLICOD.
Opioid overdoses in Clark County are at record highs. That's why the Clark County Health Department is now training volunteers to administer to victims of opioid abuse the drug Narcan, which may reverse its effects. To find out when and where CPR and Narcan training will be available, visit clarkhealth.net. You can help control the opioid epidemic. A message from the Clark County Health Department.
I'm your cat. And ever since you brought me home that day, I've been plotting to destroy you. This is 1 billion years of tiger DNA just ready to pounce. And if you got the wrong home insurance coverage, you could be coughing up the cash for this. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like meow.
Contact Floyd Snobbs and Jeffersonville Allstate agent Packy Page for a quote today.
In one fell swoop, one innocent city will be left with one burning question.
Where's Super Guy? What? No.
When you need to be there, you need an Interstate, the car battery auto techs prefer.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
Dr. Carter's office, Annette speaking. How may I help you?
From your very first call, the warm personal care from Dr. Todd Carter and his friendly staff at Carter Family Dentistry will put you at ease. Dr. Carter can take care of you and your family's dental needs, from gentle cleaning to complex procedures. Visit drtoddcarter.com to learn why generations put their trust in Dr. Carter for their dental health. Or to schedule an appointment, call Annette or Joyce at 812-944-5155. Located at 809 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany.
Hi, this is Sheriff Jamie Knoll of the Clark County Sheriff's Office reminding you to please buckle up, wear your seatbelts, and refrain from texting while you're behind the wheel. Your safety is our priority. Enjoy the game.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by Interstate Batteries. Find a wide selection of batteries for all types of vehicles at their locally owned Jeffersonville location, 1510 Production Road.
Final score here at Providence High School, New Albany Bulldogs 40, the Lady Pioneers 21. And it's time for a look at tonight's final numbers from German American Bank, strengthening communities since 1910. Let's first go through scoring for both teams in the loss. The Pioneers had Lily Weber, who had a couple of threes in that second half. She was scoreless in the first half, so she comes up with 6, 5 apiece for Kate Weber and Kate Simmons, 3 for Grace Dennis, and 2 for Anna Rodwig. Again, Lily Weber leads the Pioneers in scoring with 6. For the New Albany Bulldogs, Malia Rowland led them with 12, 8 by Journey Howard, even scoring for her, 4 in the first half, 4 in the second, for 8 total. 5 points for Kaylee DeMuth, including a made 3-point bucket. 5 points for Alania Walker, and then 4 apiece for Taylor Treat and Joy Robinson, and Anasha Crowdis finally rounds out the scoring with 2. And then, Jeff, I guess we'll just ask whatever numbers you want to give us on these final numbers. I know it was pretty poor shooting, both teams there in the second half especially.
Yeah, especially the second half. New Albany was shot very well from 2-point range in the first half, but the second half from 2-point range they were 3 for 16, 2 for 11 from 3. So the second half they were 5 out of 27. For the game, that means they were 17 out of 53. They were 3 of 5 from the foul line. 35 rebounds, a big rebounding advantage over Providence there, and only 2 turnovers the second half, 11 for the game. Providence, in the second half, they were 3 out of 20 from the floor, 3 of 17 from 3, 0 of 3 from 2-point range. For the game, they were 7 out of 35. 20% not going to beat too many teams. Just couldn't get a bucket tonight. They were 3 of 5 from the line, 17 rebounds. Only 3 turnovers second half. Did a much better job taking care of the ball. 13 for the game.
All right. Well, those are your final numbers. Look at tonight's final numbers from German American Bank, strengthening communities since 1910. Well, let's step away here from some of our wonderful sponsors. And when we return, we will give you the most outstanding players for both teams. Jeff's going to put his thinking cap on here, and we'll come up with those when we return here on GLICOD.
This second shift. This old pair of pants. This staycation. This brown bag lunch. At American Family Insurance, we understand what it takes to make your new kitchen, that new car, or your new house a reality. It's the same as it takes to protect it. To protect your new life, your future, your dreams.
Yes, I'm a dreamer.
Drug use in adolescence or early adulthood can have a serious impact on a teen's life. Teenagers who use marijuana are more likely to have lower grades, even drop out of school. They may also suffer from impaired driving, higher levels of anxiety, and depression. We all want to see the youth in our community succeed. Regardless of your stance on marijuana, we can all agree that it is not right for teens. Paid for by Drug Free Communities, the Department of Mental Health and Addictions, and Our Place.
As COVID-19 continues in our community, we are seeing increased cases in the younger population. While severity may be lower, there are still many health issues associated with infection, risk of transmission to other vulnerable citizens, and increasing the rate of development of variant strains. This is why the CDC recommends you get vaccinated. For more information or to schedule a COVID-19 vaccine or test, visit www.clarkhealth.net. Again, that's www.clarkhealth.net.
I'm your cat. And ever since you brought me home that day, I've been plotting to destroy you. This is a billion years of tiger DNA just ready to pounce. And if you got the wrong home insurance coverage, you could be coughing up the cash for this. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like meow.
Contact Floyd Snobbs and Jeffersonville Allstate agent Packy Page for a quote today.
Skyline for me is like my second home. So I started off at drive-thru, and then the next thing I know, I was serving full-time. My favorite regulars are always the ones with the kids. We're just laughing, talking, catching up on whatever's going on in our lives. Sometimes when I'm working the drive-thru, I'll hear a specific voice, and I know exactly who it is. When they pull around, I'm so excited to see them, and they're just as happy to see me. Skyline is more than just a restaurant to me. It's a fun place to work, and it's a fun place to eat.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking, insurance, investments, and wealth management for over a century. We're big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. Strengthening our community since 1910. German American Bank.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Basketball on GLICOD.
40-21 our score in the ladies basketball contest this evening between the Providence Pioneers and the New Albany Bulldogs. The Bulldogs emerge victorious. They go to 5-8 on the season. The Pioneers fall to 2-10. It's time for our most outstanding players of the ball game. Tonight's most outstanding players brought to you by Skyline Chili on Grant Line Road near I-265. If it's game time, it's Skyline time. And this is where we're going to turn it over to Jeff Cooper. Jeff, who you got for our most outstanding players?
Well, let's do New Albany first and say we're the visitor. I really like the way Malaya Rowland played tonight. I think she was clearly the best player on the floor tonight. She had 12 points and didn't try to force anything, just let the game come to her, and got a couple steals and some made some shots there. The second half they had a hard time. Everybody had a hard time hitting the bucket, but I thought she played very well and deserves the player of the game. For Providence, I really liked the way Katie Weber played. She was she controlled the offense. She did a good job. Didn't have too many turnovers. Defensively, she had a couple steals. She played really hard out on the point of that 1-2-2, and I thought she played really well.
All right, so our two most outstanding players of the game brought to you by Skyline Chili for the Pioneers, Katie Weber, and for the Bulldogs, Malia Rowland. Also, wanted to let you know that you can nominate your favorite student-athlete for GLICOD's Most Outstanding Student-Athlete Award this winter. A male and female high school student will be recognized for their outstanding academic and athletic achievements during the fall sports season. For more information and submit an application, visit glycod.com. Well, let's give some final thoughts, and let's do some final thoughts, and then just Jeff, with both of these teams, what you thinking?
Well, I mean, Coach Burden's got, you're young, you got to stay positive. You got to keep these young ladies playing hard. It's going to be a tough season for them, honestly. And they've got to find a way to start scoring. I mean, if they don't start scoring, I mean, it's just, I think they're averaging under 30 points a game. So somehow they've got to find a way to start getting the ball in the bucket. But stay positive and keep doing what you're doing. They're very well coached. They just tonight had a rough time shooting. For New Albany, good to get off the schneid.
Right,
and,
sure.
They had coming off a 7-game losing streak, and maybe this will get them in the right direction. They've got talented players. And they should, again, they haven't been blown out. A lot of these, some games are, most of them have been fairly competitive. So they just have to keep getting better, and come tournament time, pull a surprise or two,
All right. Well, we actually have an extra break to get in here before the end of the ball game. So we're going to do that when we return. We're going to talk about the schedule coming up here over the next couple of days, and then we'll wrap it up from here at Providence High School, where the Pioneers fall to the visiting Bulldogs 40-21 in ladies basketball action tonight on GLICOD.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking, insurance, investments, and wealth management for over a century. We're big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. Strengthening our community since 1910. German American Bank.
You're busy, always on the go, and when your car needs repaired, you need it done right. At Call's Body Shop, you can make an estimate appointment to better serve you. Just call 812-949-5245 and schedule a time that fits your schedule. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and are family-owned and operated. They've been serving Southern Indiana since 1954 at 2801 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany. It's your car, and you have a choice on your repair. Call's Body Shop. Can they fix it? Yes, they can.
What makes a credit union different or better? As a full-service credit union for the communities we serve, Centra offers competitive rates, online convenience, and a solid network of branches and ATMs. But we think we offer something more.
They looked at me as a person, not a number.
I would say it's always been a good, personable experience, whether it's over the phone or actually at a Centra location.
And we don't just listen to our members. We deliver new services, better rates, and lower fees. Visit Centra.org to learn more.
I was at practice one day, kind of made a cut through the lane, and I noticed that I landed on my knee a little weird. I saw my trainer here at school, and they highly recommended that I go to priority radiology. Any athlete, when you do go down with an injury, the first thing you think about is just how long that you're going to be out. Going to priority radiology, where I could get my results back quickly, made a big difference because I wasn't left waiting for weeks before I could even start a treatment. I was able to get what I needed right away.
As COVID-19 continues in our community, we are seeing increased cases in the younger population. While severity may be lower, there are still many health issues associated with infection, risk of transmission to other vulnerable citizens, and increasing the rate of development of variant strains. This is why the CDC recommends you get vaccinated. For more information or to schedule a COVID-19 vaccine or test, visit www.clarkhealth.net. Again, that's www.clarkhealth.net.
We've always gone to Skyline. As soon as we get there, the girls run to make sure that we can get the counter. It's kind of neat for the kids to sit there and watch their food being made.
It's like right in front of you, showing kind of like how it's actually done. It's awesome because it's a Skyline thing.
Very, very, very awesome.
Where else can you go and play and entertain yourself and eat, you know?
Nobody has a counter like Skyline. It's just the best.
You're watching Southern Indiana High School Basketball on GLICOD.
40-21, our final score here at Providence High School, where the New Albany Bulldogs defeated the Providence Pioneers in ladies basketball action. And we're going to get you a couple of scores. I'll bring your attention to the ticker, but I'll just give these to you quickly. All this girls basketball action. Christian Academy of Indiana over Cannleton, 55-30. Shoals over Borden, 52-40. Those are both finals. The last score we had on Silver Creek and B&L, it was B&L 36, Silver Creek 33. Pekin Eastern over Eastern High School out of Pekin over New Washington, 56-28. That's a final. And then Seymour over Floyd Central at the end of the third quarter, 34-30. And I believe that catches you up on the scores of local interest. Well, let's just briefly talk about the schedule coming up the next couple of days. And our same crew, save for a camera person, will be back tomorrow night for the Floyd Central Highlanders taking on the Providence Pioneers in boys basketball action. Tip at 7:30. And Jeff, I think that's going to be that should be a good one. A little bit of a crosstown rivalry there, and it's one of those things. Ryan Miller used to coach with Coach Todd Sturgeon, so that should be a good one.
Should be, absolutely.
And then on Saturday night, I will be, along with Coach Paul Love, we will be at Christian Academy for the Charlestown Pirates at the Christian Academy Warriors. And then coming up after the Christmas holiday, but before New Year's, we're going to have the Lanesville Eagles versus the Floyd Central Highlanders in girls basketball action. That one on Thursday, December 30th.
Yeah, I bailed on you guys on that one.
I heard. That's all right. I believe Rick Reams is supposed to come up and do the ball game with me. So that will be on the 30th.
Well, I'll be in Orlando. So
okay, well, now
I try not to rub it in.
Now she's rubbing it in. Okay, well,
now that I say that, it'll rain the whole time.
It'll time to close things up. For the most in-depth coverage of Southern Indiana high school sports, visit GLICOD.com. And tonight's on-site producer was Colby Martin. GLICOD executive producer was Steve Bird. Renee Sisloff was our camera person this evening. For Jeff Cooper, I'm Dr. Todd Carter saying so long. And once again, our final score was New Albany 40, Providence 21. You've been watching Southern Indiana High School basketball on GLICOD.
From GLICOD, this has been Jim Butner Auto Southern Indiana High School Basketball. Jim Butner Auto in Clarksville, striving to keep you driving. Tonight's game was also brought to you by Interstate Batteries, the car battery auto techs prefer. By Allstate Insurance Agent Packy Page, he puts you in good hands. By the Clark County Health Department, promoting a safe and healthy community, clarkhealth.net. By Community Action of Southern Indiana, helping people, changing lives. By Centra Credit Union, Carter Family Dentistry in New Albany, State Farm Insurance Agent Teresa Lamb, Our Place, Burns Garage, Priority Radiology, and Clark County Sheriff Jamie Knoll.
For schedule information about our upcoming broadcasts, visit our website, GLICOD.com, Facebook and Twitter @GLICOD. We thank you for tuning into this live sports presentation from GLICOD.